So what are you sort of thinking of working on today? So we're going to do the red in the heart.
Yeah.
Um,
and whatever else you think the tentacles...
Oh, the tentacles aren't done yet.
Yeah.
Yep, so we'll do the tentacles.
And whatever bits left you think need... Because I think we've got
black under there, and we've got scratchy stuff in there.
Yeah.
Alright, we've got heaps more done than I remember.
Yeah, and then if we've got time, we'll move over to this side, I guess.
And you're thinking on your face as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for like a little bit coming up to this.
What are you thinking on the face? Just heavier?
Yeah, heavy. Like, I feel like this is a bit bare now that I've like kind of shaved it.
Yeah.
And maybe something over my eye.
Yeah.
Or like another little thing here. I don't know, like whatever.
Yeah, cool. Alright.
Yeah. I'm Wendy. And I've been getting tattooed by Rand since December. So like 5 months ago. For the past 5 months, I'd say.
It's not that long, is it? I thought it was longer, but it's...
No, it feels like a long time, but I don't know.
That sounds bad, doesn't it?
Time isn't real, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I see you a lot, probably because I'm just like here and we're just talking, and it's like whatever. But it's only been 5 months.
That's funny. So, when you first came to see me, you already were quite heavily tattooed, and we're now covering a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
What sort of was the motivation behind covering what you already had?
It's kind of like... It's not that I hate my tattoos or any of my old tattoos. I'm just like in a different stage of my life where this is more reflective of me's who I am now compared to the tattoos I used to have. That's like old me, and I'm done with old me. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I've been like... Because I've been following you for a little while, even before I moved to Melbourne, and then... But I didn't have any money, this and whatever, and you put up your special, and I was like, aha, a special, that will get me in the door. And I was like, yes. And then, you know what, leading up to that, I knew I did want blackout stuff. And I was just like, whatever, we'll just go with this and we'll see what happens. And then something occurred like a few days before our appointment, which made me like, yeah, fuck everything, and fuck society, and blah blah whatever. Let's get my face tattooed. Let's go all black, like black work. Goodbye, old me. Goodbye, like society, whatever. I'm done with you, you know? And so that's why I'm like, yes, I'm going to keep coming back. Yeah.
And so we've done like what happens a lot. We started with a little bit on your face, and even today we just did more again, and we've already got plans to do more again.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think you ever were going to settle with what we started with?
I always used to be like, I will never get my hands, my neck, my face tattooed. That's just, no, I'll never do that. But then, you know, things change and you're like, why the fuck did I have those old opinions, you know? Like, and it's just like a growth thing. And so like, the little one was just an introduction to be like, see how it goes. And then I got really obsessed, and I was like, the next time I was like, yeah, you're right, let's get some more. and even leading up to this, I was like, yeah, let's get some more. You know.
Yeah, I suppose it was a bit of a surprise. I didn't think we were doing any more on your face.
Yeah, I didn't say anything, but I was like, I was just like, yeah, let's just go, let's do it.
And do you think, like, obviously there's maybe lots of reasons, but was the whole lockdown and COVID and the realities of this world that we find ourselves in part of the catalyst fuck it, I'm going to get tattooed on my face? Because it's something that I have noticed lately in the last since coming out of lockdown in Victoria and being able to tattoo again, doing so many faces now.
I think so. It probably plays a part a lot in the fact that it's made me want to further separate myself from society in a way, in a really blatant way, when people just like look at me and it's just like boom, separation, done. I don't have to go past face value or whatever, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, probably it's added to it. Yeah.
It's actually, you know, you've actually got more facial tattooing than I do now, so I'm pretty lame. But it's actually it is a good separation, isn't it? Because, and I think you'd be the same. We're not the kind of people like, oh boo-hoo, now we're being discriminated against because of our face tattoos. We're like, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the entire point. Like, if a lot of interactions, like basic interactions, are just so, you know, fake, quick. It's just nothing, right? But now it's just like so honest. People show you who they really are, or whatever, by just looking at you, and they treat you this way, and it's like, good, now I know where we stand. And, you know, and if someone is like intrigued and they're like, oh, you know, they want to know, that's someone I want to talk to because they're an open person, you know, like, yeah, I'm going to talk to this person. I don't mind talking to this person, even though if they did have like negative this or whatever, they're still, you can kind of see that they're still open anyway. So yeah, and it's definitely like, no, I don't care if I discriminate or whatever, you know, it's just like, good, this is like, I don't need you.
It's definitely within the attitude. It's not even necessarily whether they like it or not. It's how they come at you with that.
Yeah.
So with we were talking, and you were saying that down the track you'd like to move into a field that maybe you wouldn't expect. Is that sort of like exciting to think about that, to try and break molds just because you can?
Yeah, and it is. It's like a big kind of like fuck you to what people always used to think, you know? It's like, imagine, like, you know, I said, if I was like in a flower shop doing bouquets for people, you know, it's like people will start to look at the world differently and look at people differently, you know what I mean? Like, you look like a fucking thug, or you look like you're gonna like, man, I don't know, but I'm just like, okay, whatever, you know? Like, that would be really cool, getting into some kind of job that you just look at me like, you shouldn't belong, you don't belong here, but I can belong anywhere.
Funnily enough, in my opinion, I think that would actually make, it's terrible to say, but it potentially would help make the business successful, because there is a unique angle, and people, whether they liked your face tattoos and everything, would probably be wanting to bring their friends in to show you off. Look at my florist. you know what I mean?
Did you hear? Like, did you hear
so
about this place?
She's so unusual. You know what I mean? Makes great flowers. But yeah. So we've covered your torso, one arm. We've been doing the face. We did obviously your lovely new wife's portrait on your thigh, which is what we started with. What's next in sort of the planning of your art on your body?
Well, I'd like to just keep going. I don't think, people have asked if I've had a particular plan. I just come here and I'm like, okay, let's just go ahead and do more, whatever that may be. I think more blackout stuff, covering my old tattoos and making it, you know, just seeing what happens and going along with, you know, what works with the old stuff that I do have, kind of thing.
And I suppose something that I remember you saying after having some work on your face is that it felt more like you. Like you were like, oh yeah, that's right. That feels right.
Yeah.
Can you sort of explain that a little, if it's even possible, to people that maybe wouldn't get that?
It's like the very first one that you did, it was just like freeing, like liberating, that I've taken that step to break away from how people should be, or like you know, what you're told you need to be or what you need to look like to have this in your life or do this with whatever, you know. It was like just liberating, just having that freedom, because I do know I'll be treated differently, but it's a freeing kind of feeling that people will treat me differently and I'm meant to go where I fit.
Yeah, it's almost like, because you are, I think it'd be fair to say, different to the norm anyway before you were tattooed, that just different kind of personality and everything. Now you're like, well, if you're going to judge me, you can really judge me now, and I'm owning that, and I'm setting the bar.
Yes.
So where you go with that, like, now at least it's on me.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, like, you know, you can never judge someone just by looking at them. Like, someone that could look like just Mick walking down the street could be really fucked up in the head. You know, and
more often than not, it's
usually, you know, and it's just, but because they look normal, it's just like, oh, so trustworthy, you know, you're the greatest person ever, and it's just like, no, this person might be really fucked up. You don't know, like, you don't know what goes on in, like, people's minds. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, it's been awesome so far to tattoo you, and I'm so glad that you're letting me create art on you, and we chat about so many things, which is very interesting, and I learned things, and I just love that whole process. So thank you so much for talking to us. And like I said, there's a few other clients of mine that are already fans of yours. I didn't know that was even going to happen, but so they'll be very happy to see this. So thank you very much, Wendy.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.